Okay, so thank you very much to everyone, and some people is joining now. Okay, so thank you again for joining us. My name is Irene. I'm from Asociación Miras, Spain, and this is the first webinar that we are doing within the project Beyond Likes. And we are so happy to have him here. To Vasco Silva, he's an expert in social media, and he will explain to us a lot of things. And thank you, Vasco, for joining us. And the webinar
Thank
is
you.
yours. I will be just one quick thing. I will be on the chat and here just in case of support. If anyone needs to ask something, I will take care of the chat and I will be in contact with Vasco. So feel free to join, ask, participate, and comment everything you like. And I'm sure you already listened that the webinar is being recorded. So if somebody doesn't want to show the face to keep the privacy, you can have the camera off. So thank you again and welcome, Vasco.
Okay, I will start. Is my screen seeing for everyone? Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
I think so.
So I'm gonna talk, as you know, of the formats of social media platforms. It's the first webinar with Beyond Likes. Okay. Um, so in the beginning, like every platform has its rules. In the beginning, we are going to talk about static posts, so I will focus a bit more on Instagram because it's the platform that is leading now in the moment on that type of post. But each platform has its own rules, its own design, and its own way of engaging with your people, with your audience. And the format that we choose often decides whether our message, if will be ignored or will actually reach and connect with the people. That's what we want. Um, my goal in this presentation is to understand a bit more the difference between those formats, how to use them efficiently, and how to adapt them with different audience. Starting in static posts, as I said in the beginning, they are really connected with Instagram. I think it's the main platform when we thinking in static posts, and they should be easy to digest. You need to let the visuals lead, so focus the information on the post and not on the description. They should be straight to the point, organized, bold and clear once again. Uh, i- Especially if you are using typography, it's really important to the typography be bold and clear. Um, it should be like it should keep it simple, prioritize the clarity, and highlight the main point. So here I will start to show some bad practices and then good ones. It doesn't matter. Sorry, of course, which profile it is. Um, Here we have a lot of information, a lot of photos. A good thing it's here the squares to represent, in this case, the NGO, but it's a bit confused. We can see right the logos in the feed, the black and white contrast in the logos um, creates noise. And here it's example of a post. So I cover the faces and everything, but we are gonna focus here in the description. As you can see, it has a lot of text, and I feel like young people, like we are used to be uh, bombarded with a lot of information. So I think when we are looking for information, we want something clear and direct, with not too much like flowers and everything. And I'm referring to the emojis, and even when we see, at least when I talk to my friends and people of my age, I feel like when we see a lot of hashtags, we start thinking like, okay, maybe uh, the person that published this, I really look for attention, but maybe is not finding the right ways to captivate their audience. Okay, here in good practice, this is a profile of Equalitas, for example. Sorry for my English, I'm not used to talk in English for a long time. Here, I really like the pattern of colors that creates here. I don't know if it was intentional, but I really think it works really well. We can see that they use some minimal graphics, some illustrations, and some real footage, real images like here, but they can all combine because the scheme of colors are good. We can see they use some bold and clear fonts to cap the intention and to have like the information read in all the time. And then here you can like have some information in your posts and then some in your caption so it doesn't look that heavy. As you can see here, the paragraphs are more smaller, and of course it has text, it has like content, but if you compare it, like if you compare this one with this one, I don't know. I think for young people it's a big deal, and I can read this, but maybe here I'm gonna like read these two tiny ones and maybe all the information or the most important information is not gonna to arrive to me. Okay, here we have a tiny mistake. Not mistake, but it's like a curiosity, to be honest. Instagram changed their format, so this is in the feed. I can show you. Sorry. Okay, I can show you. But in the feed, I can show you my phone really quick. So you have your profile. This is the feed, the down part. Um, Now it changed. Before it was squares. Now the format changed. It's more vertical. So things like this can happen. Like this post is cut and no one else is. As you can see, all the logos here are intact because this post was created in the old format, which is 10 by 80 per 10 by 80, and the new format it's 1080 per 3050. So you can still use the old format, but I recommend to use the new one because it's gonna look better in the feed and uh, probably it's gonna engage more. Um, this I'm talking more about Instagram, but you can apply the same things on Facebook. I feel like in Facebook maybe you have, because like in general the audience it's a bit more older, you can add more things to your caption, you can maybe create a bit complex text, but I don't know, we are always rushing on time, so if you just upload the same thing on Instagram and Facebook, it's better than just upload on Instagram, of course. Once again, here, this is the old format. This is an example of a feed, it was squares, now it's more vertical. This applies in Instagram and Facebook too. And yeah, you can take a screenshot if you want to remember how much pixels per pixels, but it's not really necessary. Here, okay, I don't know what happened with this image. It was supposed to be with good quality. I'm sorry. But here, I'm gonna talk a bit very fast about carousels and slides. Yeah, I'll like to the image to upload. Okay, I'm sorry. So, um, carousel and slides is a really dynamic way to show static posts. Um, okay, it needs to be like this. Imagine like the image has good quality. So when you use carousels, of course you can use different image. Imagine this is one post, another. You can use different images, but if you are like, for example, NGO, or if you have like your a mini market or whatever you want to promote in your socials, it's good to have like a template, or if your identity it's represent for this color, you can have like a template on Canva, or even if you want to go more further in Photoshop, and you can create a template where you put a lot of images in a sequence, and then when people it's seeing the carousel, it's all connect, like it's a big image like this. And I think that it's really interesting. Like, I don't have uh, the perfect example to show you, but for example, here on this post, you can see like this is a photo, this is other, and then it kind of continues, and it puts the viewer a bit more immersive in what you did. Carousel posts are like the best way to engage in TikTok, if not in video, of course. But then we're gonna talk about short videos after. But I think when you are posting on TikTok, it's either or a story or in video, of course. Or if you want to do something static, just an image, it's better to do in carousel, because um, in carousel on TikTok you can choose a song that is like trending in the moment, and that can grab some people. Of course, it's not that efficient as video, but I don't know, you can save some time too. It's more easy. So if you are gonna to upload on Instagram, why not on TikTok too? Um, but yeah, be really careful in the song that you choose, because sometimes we have a song on mind, or we think like a song really represents the message that we want to pass. But for example, you can even try to upload the same content with a song that you like and with a song that is trending, and it's not like cringe, or like it doesn't look like you are trying too hard. A lot of people publish the same content in different ways, or with different hooks in the beginning, and I'm gonna to talk more about that too. Um, but it's really good to, even for you to understand like if it's worth it sometimes to use something that is trending, or if it's better to just use something that you really think makes sense. I think it really depends of the cases. Now I'm gonna talk a bit of TikTok, no, sorry, stories. They now already arrived to TikTok too. So stories, it's like the bridge between static and video. It can be just an image, but I really recommend to have some motion in it. Like here, we can see. I'm sorry, we can see this was supposed to be animated, but probably you see this. I don't know if you arrived from the stories about this webinar, but if you can check it right now, you can see like the letters have a bit of motion, movement. They appear with the opacity, and that tiny details really make a change. And of course, there's people that work on animation like me, but you don't need to be an expert to animate tiny things on Canva, for example, or CapCut. It's really easy, and uh, it really gives I don't know, some credibility, you know. Um, then you can imagine if you are doing a short story showing a concert, no, but like an activity or something, and you want to the people to hear the song, the sound, sorry. You can add, for example, a GIF, and you're gonna have some motion, and you can just text like sound or column or something, and you have people will know that need to put sound, and at the same time you are adding a bit of motion, a bit of movement, something to your story. Ending now the stories, I just want to do other advice. Sorry. If you want to add some text, you can click on this icon here after you typing, and they will animate your text too, and you have some effects that you can't like exaggerate on that, please don't, but sometimes or others it really elevates your post. Okay, now I'm gonna talk a bit about short form videos like reels, TikToks, and shorts. um, it looks like a lot of words: reels, TikToks, shorts. It's basically all the same, it's just in different platforms. TikToks are on TikTok, reels on Instagram, and shorts on YouTube. Which shorts, it's interesting because not that much people are aware that they exist. But kids, for example, like they consume a lot of shorts because they just go to YouTube, and then uh, like nowadays it's really common to kids and babies start to seeing like baby TV or things in YouTube for children, and then they just end up in shorts. But that's a whole new other conversation. But okay, here in shorts, um, basically we need to have a lot of rhythm. It needs to be dynamic. You need to keep it moving. Um, it needs to be really catchy in the first 3 seconds. Like I write here, hook in 3 seconds, because it's really important to captivate your spectator in the few seconds, because if not, people are always scrolling. So scroll, stopping, uh, hook, deliver, and repeat. Um, I just noticed recently that I feel like TikTok it's really really good, and it has a lot of engagement. Or if a person really likes, like, represents the person itself, or if you see something and you kind of get confused and you need to see it again. You know, when they can put the viewer seeing the same thing 2 times, they win. Um, So about the video formats, I have here 3 examples. It's once again basically the same. The first one, it's Reels on Instagram. As you can see, we are in the display of Instagram. Here TikTok, and here YouTube. And all of them, they have like a invert L. It's where they have information hiding. So your most important subject needs to be preferentially on this part of the screen. It's 9:16 ratio, so it's totally vertical. You know, you just need to record like this. um, Here, for example, here it's shorts. We can see the main subject. It's on this part of the screen. But yeah, they are basically the same. If you are create one TikTok or one reel, you can upload the same thing in the other platforms. You don't need to do like big adjustments. I think the worst thing that can happen is don't have the song that you edit with. So or you add the song or you choose another song. Okay, now I'm gonna talk a bit of video hooks. Video hooks is like things that you can say or you can do to keep the intention of your viewer. Uh, for example, we have some curiosity hooks like you've been doing this wrong your whole life. Like, of course, my brain is gonna be like, what I'm doing wrong my whole life. Like, I want to know. I'm gonna save time. I'm gonna look better. I'm gonna what, you know? It really, but you kind of need to go smooth. Like maybe the ones that I'm putting here are now a bit too obvious. So you always need to innovate a bit, you know? But here's the secret no one tells you. Like, of course, we ruminate on that, you know? We think like, okay, yeah, you get the point. If you want, you can take a screenshot. Like, of course, I'm not gonna read now everything. I think you get the the vibe. But why video hooks work? Because they really grab your attention in the first few seconds. They promote a high interactive rate, and they are highly shareable. Today, they are one of the most effective ways to gain visibility in these platforms. Now, some tips for NGOs. For NGOs, short videos are incredibly opportunity to showcase impact in a simple way. Uh, and yeah, I think a good thing to do too. It's sometimes people create longer content, so we have like 1 minute videos or bigger, and a good and kind of easy way to create TikToks is just cut the key parts of longer videos into short clips that you think they're gonna grab the more attention. And then when you are editing, you don't need to be like a professional editor. I think the main 3 points it's in the beginning, like in CapCut, try to put a flash or a little effect that people will be like, "Whoa, what is this?" Then edit with the sound. Like if you are kind of lost, you can just cut things through the sound, and then it's gonna look good. It's gonna have rhythm, and in the end, it's good to have like a rough cut or it looks like the video it's bigger than it really is. So then people are gonna see until the end instead of like bye and then you have some seconds like this, you know. You don't even say bye. You just try to kind of create a loop. Okay, now I'm gonna talk a bit the process how to create a TikTok. It's good to do a plan. Like it's not like a 3 hours pre-production to create a TikTok. Of course not, but it's good to define your idea, your goal, your audience. Think about what trend or team you are follow. How to create a strong hook in the first seconds, as we talked before, and keep it simple and clear so viewers know what to expect. Um, less, not in the end it's not good for them to know what to expect, but in the middle I knew that I was studying cinema and my teacher was saying it's good when viewers know what to expect, and I was like, really, but why? When it's obvious maybe people don't want to see, but no, it's like it's even a thing that they use in animation movies. Sometimes people just want to see what they are expecting to see, and that's it. Second, record a short and dynamic clips. Of course, like if you are doing, for example, a project or a workshop, and other people are recording, and sometimes they send you not short and dynamic clips, but you can cut them and turn it into dynamic content. Of course, good lighting and framing are really important too. And of course, like if you are recording for Instagram, always phone like this, not like this. Use trending sounds or music to boost your reach, and focus on visual clarity, movement to keep engaging. Then you can edit and post your video. Add captions are really important. Choose eye-catching text or effects, and write a short description with relevant hashtags. But please don't put a lot of hashtags, because people will think that you are like a bit desperate. Like uh, sometimes less is more. And try to see when your audience is more active, to post on that time. Then try to engage, reply to the comments, join conversations that can be like being active in your comments. Um, Track the performance. I think the track the performance and the analytics, it's important, but maybe like after 2 months or 3 months that you are doing, because in the beginning the important it's like fail, try again, be kind of consistent, like at least 1 or 2 per week. But if you can't, 1 per week, 1 per month, but at least don't forget about that. um, and yeah, if you can, keep updating to trends, stay visible, try to see what your public want to see, and maybe adapt with the content that you want to share, you want to promote. Showing behind the scenes footage are really important too, because sometimes it's another way to promote the most important video. It's for people saying, "Oh, behind the scenes," and then they go to your profile, and then they see the video that you recorded in the behind the scenes, and then blah blah blah. They see more. It's really good. Um, Share quick tips or tutorials are like something. It's like butter and bread. It never go wrong. Take advantage of trends or challenges, as I said before. Yeah, and try to have a connection with your audience. That is really important in the engage. Even in the video, it's good to like ask. I have these questions. Like I was talking with some friends, and they all prefer this, but I prefer this. What do you prefer? Try to don't be too obvious, but try to ask things to people for people comment. Um, some important practices: add caption for accessibility, and even of course the accessibility, it's the main point of have captions. But when you use like captions of CapCut or Canva, you will see like people get distracted from the animation of the captions, and they see more of your video, because it's something appearing and disappearing. And if you have just your frame talking, it really helps to, it's like a distraction. um mm, mm, mm. Yeah, okay. Now I'm gonna talk about long form videos. I think there's a lot of things that I could talk about short form videos. And please, if you have some questions, I can talk more then. I was a bit, I don't know, that's so many points that I didn't know which parts are more important to focus, but I tried to do my best. Okay, now passing to the long form videos like YouTube and Vimeo. They need to be more structured. It's good to reinforce your brand, to create more credibility, uh, really connect with your audience, tell a story, and it's good if it's memorable. And you need to really start strong and try to end stronger. And it looks like, whoa, I need to do something crazy cinematic. No, there's like tiny tips then I will try to show you. I'm not sure if I'm gonna. I will try, but there's some quick tips that can you put your hand stronger and it's not that difficult, um, and highlight key points. Okay, so now I will try to. Sorry. Oh no, because I can't see. Okay, okay, sorry. Um, I think you can't hear the video, but I will just pass through some important parts. But can someone say me if they can hear the video or not, just to be sure?
We can't.
I'm
Okay,
afraid we cannot.
okay, no problem. Um, so here we have a. Then I can share the link. It's better with sound, of course, but it's a long video when they can tell a story with some narrative and just some record frames. They use a technique of stop motion, which I think if you are interested, you can check it out. It's you can create really complex and difficult things, but you can create some things that are accessible and they can elevate the way that you are passing a message or your information. Like here, they are just taking a photo, then they add a new, um, I don't know the word, I'm sorry, but you get the idea. And then you create animation and I don't know. I think can be interesting. Here in the other example, okay, unfortunately we don't have the sound, but here a tiny motion design logo gives a lot of credibility to. It's a really good tool to promote. Uh, if you are creating wait, an interview too, it's good to have tiny animation in your logo, good typography, something clean and fresh. If you have the possibility, even if you are just working with two phones, if you can have like two phones in different positions, you create some dynamic that otherwise you don't have if you are just filming with one phone. Uh, Other important thing is that uh, I mean, I know that can look like it's a lot of things to memorize, but before you create some content or before you post something, you can always like do a quick research on YouTube and like see the best settings for your phone to record something. Try to in advance put someone, for example, in this share to see if the lights are okay before your interview arrive. All that mini details, when you put more time on a task, whatever it is gonna look better. If you see the problems before, you know, the moment of action. Um, I don't know. I'm sorry for my English. I couldn't finish this sentence. Okay, but here in the final part, we have a big final that is just this guy saying a strong phrase, and the music starts to level up. And that tiny detail of the song with a good phrase, it gives some, some credibility, some uh, stronger moment. And yeah, you have a lot of work on video, but you can't put the sound on the side, when it's short videos, I think the most important thing is really the rhythm. But when you are creating bigger videos, it's good to put a bit of attention on the sound. Okay. Now I'm just gonna just show. Okay, I can't. I need to show like this. Sorry. This is a short logo animation that I did for Equalitas. And this is a good thing to have, like if you want to publish something in a bigger format, once again to gain some credibility. Um, I don't know, it's always something that can turn your brand in something a bit more stronger. So now I'm gonna take to the part of your questions, to the Q&A. Um, I can go back in some slides for you to remember what was mentioned. Um, but yeah, you can have some questions about static posts, about reels and TikToks, or about bigger films. Please be comfortable to ask me whatever you want.
I have one question.
Yes.
Vasco, what do you
Mm-hmm.
think, as we are like youth workers from organizations, what is the main thing or what is your best advice that we can follow in social media to get more young people involved in our organization? How we can change or what do you recommend to us to do better?
Okay, so Uh, to be honest, I was when I was doing this webinar, I was researching if there's any content relate to NGOs and non-formal education in TikTok, and it's uh, always like really like poor videos, or they are not great, or with not that much information. So to be honest, if I was an NGO, and of course it takes time, it takes some work, but I would really focus a bit on TikTok and in create some short films. And for example, a suggestion, like when we are doing training courses or youth exchange, or even maybe the work in an association, I think there's always so much happening, so many people, so many interesting people with different backgrounds, different cultures. And I think if we, for example, in a project, do day one and one activity, then another, then dinner, then intercultural night. You can create dynamic things without them any effort, I think, because there genuinely a lot of things happening. So I think, of course, Instagram, it's really important. Static posts are really important. But I think the young people are really focused now on Instagram and TikTok, and I think NGOs are not using that much Reels than they should, or TikToks, but basically short form videos. Um, so yeah, I think is that. Thank you for your question.
Thank you for the answer. It's quite difficult for us, for example, to have it, but thank you for the suggestion.
Okay, I understand, but I don't know, another thing, like more maybe relates with static posts. I would suggest, sorry, I would suggest, yeah, sorry again for these images, but uh, I think it's really important to have a consistent identity, and now you don't need to be a designer to do that. And I think it's good to have templates on Canva. So when you need to publish something new, you already have a base, you already have your past work, and it's more fast and easy to engage. Um, I don't know, like about creating videos. Uh, I don't know, maybe in some projects there's all I feel like in people of my age, a lot of young people know how to edit, even in CapCut. Maybe try to, I don't know, ask youth leader or try to create a way to have people editing and posting for the association. I don't know. I will need to think more about it to have a more clear idea. But yeah, once again, thank you for the question.
I don't know if anyone else has a question.
Even if it's not like relate with NGOs, or if you want for something more personal, be comfortable to ask anything. There's no dumb questions.
Uh, in my case, I arrived a bit late, and I just want to ask if there is any way that we will get I don't know if we can call it slides or whatever you just showed us. It's
Mm-hmm.
possible that we have it or not?
That you what? Sorry.
That we can get like via email what you are showing to us. These.
Yes. Like I can send you a template on Canva of this, and then yeah, it's like you are working in a big image, and you can add your stuff, and then I think it's a dynamic way to show static images. Yes,
No,
of course
no,
I can.
no, but I meant
Uh,
because there you have some hooks and so on. Like
yes,
I meant the presentation itself. If we
of
can
course,
get,
of course. Yes,
okay,
yes, yes.
that's
No problem. Yes.
great.
We can send Vasco if you share with me later the links to the
Mm-hmm.
videos that you wanted to share.
Yes.
Maybe I can send to the, as I have all the registration emails, I can send the links to the videos and the presentation if you agree with that.
Yes, perfect. Yes.
Any other question or anything else that you guys would like to talk about?
There's really no dumb questions. You can ask like whatever. I mean, this is a big topic. It's not that easy to think in a question, but be comfortable with it.
Perhaps, Vasco, if you are okay with that, as we are going to send to them the presentation and everything,
Sure.
we are open to receive in the future when they read the presentation and they see the videos. If they have any question, we will send to you also. But if you want, we can finish here.
Yes, for me, it's okay.
Thank you so much to everyone
you.
to join, and thank you, Vasco, for everything. We learned a lot with you. Thank you so much. And you are more than welcome to join the next week, because every Monday we are going to have a webinar about social media. So thank you so much to everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.